Hi.
Do you know me?
Yes, Mr. Rick. Know you. I can see by.
Let me get something straight.
Yeah.
First of all,
Yeah.
you're gonna apologize to her. Okay?
I just talked.
You know what? I don't need to hear it. I want a proper apology. You go up there and you apologize.
Sorry, Sabrina.
You can on me, you can on me, you can do whatever the hell you want to me. You can't treat people like this when they're crying at work. No, come on. Employees come first. You are disrespectful to the brand, and you know what? I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna make it right.
Like that.
Do you wanna quit? You wanna come work for me?
I'm ready to quit.
Okay, you work with me, I'm gonna triple your salary. Triple! Sabrina, this is what I want done. I want you to go over there, I want you to pay for those people's bill. What's this here? Give me a pen.
Don't do that.
You don't need my name. You don't need my name. Call it Dave's Wings.
Come on. I love you, Rick.
No, you don't love me. Give me a break. But this crazy promo of yours, what is that? Tall boys. Okay, we have a contract for draft beer. Everything you do is different, and it's against it's against the company. I wasn't too happy. I wasn't too impressed with the guy. I knew he was on borrowed time coming in, and this was just the final nail in the coffin. The more and more I think about it, the more and more mad I get. It's done. You and me are done. This really, it's one of the craziest things I've ever seen, and I apologize on behalf of myself and our company, and it's not the way it should be. Okay. It'll be okay, I promise. I swear to God, I promise, okay?
I don't even know what to think right now. It was nice to have someone stick up for you. Like I said, a long time coming for all this to happen.
So how about a big smile from me?
Thank you. I gotta bring
So
their
you had
food
no
in.
idea who I was?
No, I honestly didn't.
So does it make your day?
I'm just like, okay, but I knew something was up.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is my wake?
Bad, so bad.
Sabrina, I hope this helps a bit. It's just a start.
Thank you.
You don't have to cry. It was a very emotional situation for both of us. Please take the week off, get your energy back, and you have my cell number on there.
On the card,
yeah. Just text me any time of night, like I said. I just really, honestly care about her, that she finds her way in life, and that she can learn from this experience. Sabrina, nice to see you again.
Nice seeing you.
I know last time we met, it was a difficult circumstance.
It was crazy, it was emotional. Like, even for the week off, like, even that's enough just to spend with the girls that week. Like, it's probably the best week I had in a long time.
I feel I've been very soft with a lot of our franchisees, and I promise to be more forceful moving forward, that our system is ultimately better for everyone. I just really want you to be okay, and I'm gonna do the best I can to help you out in any way. I know what you were making there salary-wise, and I said that I would triple it. I'm gonna do that. Also, I understand there's a problem with the transportation and the car, and I would like to help out with a car. And I think you're gonna be looking back at this day a few years down the road.
Oh my God.
And I think you're gonna be in a better place. Well, we'll figure things out, and so let's end this with a nice hug and a fresh start.
All right. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. I'm nervous, but happy.
First of all, I love Undercover Boss. When I first started watching Undercover Boss, I wasn't working at the time. I was staying home with my kids, and this was one of the things that I loved to go in and watch in my free time, because I loved watching. I thought it was brilliant how they bring in the CEOs and the leaders of the company, and how they actually go in and sit with the front line and the people that are doing the work with the customer. So a couple of things here. You don't know what you don't know. And I think it's really important for senior leaders to understand that they don't know what's really happening unless they get in and have the conversation, and to sit with them. The other thing that you don't know is you don't know what your employees come to work with every single day. And a lot of people mask their true identity until it does come to light. This gentleman right here, right, the gentleman that clearly was not treating his employees correctly, I would imagine that they probably hired him for one reason, which might be his skills and or his past experience. What you don't know, though, is the EQ part of the equation. So we have the IQ, right? The things that people come with, the knowledge, and then there's the EQ, which is just as important as the IQ. Because the EQ, though a lot of people call it the soft skills, which I don't really like that term, I like to think of it more as the smart skills. The understanding people and understanding how to treat people and how to understand moving people forward, knowing that they are humans. In other words, those people, like the lady, right, the woman, she comes with all these other pieces to the equation, right? She's a mom, as we learned. And then you have the gentleman treating her poorly, right? Her manager treating her really poorly, the store manager on top of it, which only further creates problems for this woman as an employee, and she can't do her best work. So those people that show up as managers, as leaders, as senior leaders, they need to have the EQ part of it as well, or they will never help the employees and the front line to move forward in their own work and to be able to show up as their best self, giving their gifts, right, as it was for her, to the customer. Now, let's dive into this for a second. Do I agree with the way that he handled it? I'm going to be very honest, no, I don't. I actually do not agree with the cussing and the getting into his face the way that he did. The reason I'm saying this is, you don't know those people that are watching this encounter, you don't know what they've been through. If this woman had been in past relationships where there was toxicity, violence, or any kind of emotional abuse, it can trigger her that much more and actually see the senior leader in not a good light, where then she might be afraid of him because of the way that he treated this particular encounter, in the way that he addressed him, right? Like, I don't like people that blow up. I just don't. I prefer to see people handle a situation with a response instead of a react. I love that he stuck up for her. She needed that. Sometimes there are situations where people are not sticking up for the front line. And when someone is not being heard, seen, or valued, it is very difficult, especially if this happens over and over and over again. It is very difficult for them to then share their voice because they don't think that they're being heard. They will mute themselves, quite frankly. They won't, you don't even need to have somebody mute them. They'll just mute themselves. They'll just be like, nobody's going to hear me anyhow, so I'm just going to press myself on mute because who really cares in the long run anyhow, right? And we all know that if you mute your employees, you will not grow. You just won't, because they really are the forefront of so many of your ideas if you listen, if you take notice, read the room. Okay, so I love the fact that in this moment he said, I'm going to triple your salary. Now, words are only words. It's the actions, the follow through that makes the difference. And in the end of this, he said, I am going to triple your salary because I said I was going to. And I'm even going to do more than that. So he showed value, not actually, I'm going to state something, not in the money, not in the raise. He didn't show value in the raise as much as he did that you can trust me. I'm going to see you. I'm going to follow through on my promises, and I've got your back, right? So there's 4, we could go on. There's many more pieces to the puzzle here. It is all about the follow through and the seeing your employees. I mean, hey, look, triple my salary. I'm down with that anytime. I will tell you, though, that you will get more out of me by following through with what you're going to say than even just giving me the cash. Okay. So that was that piece to it. I love the other pieces to this that I love is, let's see. Oh, yes. He said something here that just like had me. Oh yeah. I knew he was on borrowed time coming in. If you know that, If you know that, to all those leaders out there, if you know there's borrowed time coming in, don't wait, right? So just remember that the longer that you hold on those toxic employees, the more difficult it's going to be to also regain the trust, the respect, and the shared goals of those employees. If you see something, do something. If you see a red flag, don't wait for another red flag, right? Like, you see it, so take action so that you can also rebuild the trust that's now been literally broken down from the inside out with those employees because this guy has been there too long anyhow, or girl, whomever it is. That was one of the pieces that I loved. This was the final nail in the coffin. You don't even need a final nail. Don't wait for a final nail. Just grab the hammer and shove it down in people. Like, come on, get rid of them. I realize you got to go through the processes. Don't wait longer than you need to, right? The more and more I think about it, it's done. You and me are done. Yep, love it. Okay, well, I will say though that, like I said, he could have handled it differently because this is it, right? Do you see her face right there? Do you see how she is, right? Okay, this is a trauma response.
This really, it's one of the craziest things I've ever...
That's a trauma response. And when you know people, which I really hope at some point that senior leaders, and managers are trained more on trauma response, because we truly are a trauma-inflicted culture right now. When you can start to read your people, you can read the trauma responses, you can see the triggers, and you can see through the body language, right? Like we've learned, I've talked about this, so much is about body language. When you see what's going on with your employees, you'll be able to respond more directly to help them in those moments. That trauma response, what I believe to be true based on what I've witnessed, is that it is a trauma response to her past and what else is happening at home, and now is being brought and re-triggered up. It's being brought up and re-triggered through the workplace. Just not okay. It's just not okay. Okay. Made her feel better, gave her a hug, okay. I would say, like, just be careful on that kind of stuff, right? I'm always very, very careful about that kind of stuff, because you also don't want to lean in too much with that. It's a personal thing. Okay, love this. Take the week off, get your energy back. That is fantastic. What he said there.
The week off, get your energy back, and you have my cell number on there.
Good job. Give a direct way to be able to contact after you have now witnessed somebody go through such a traumatic situation as this.
On the card.
On the card. Just text me any time of night, like I said. I just really, honestly care about her, that she finds her way in life.
Okay, I care about her, and I care about and I care that she finds her way in life. He's recognizing the fact that he is a very valuable employee here, and it goes beyond an employee within the workplace, right? It's a valuable human. And to me, that is the most important thing that we can do, is to see our employees human-centric, and the fact that I see you not only as somebody who's working at the company with our brand, you are also an extension of that with your kids, with your loved ones, with your community. And that's huge. That's huge.
And that she can learn from this experience. Sabrina, nice to see you again.
Nice seeing you.
I know last time we met, it was a difficult circumstance.
It was crazy. It was emotional.
And she further validated the fact that it was crazy, it was emotional, the fact that she was definitely triggered by that. So that's, again, why I do think it's important for senior leaders, for leaders, managers, to be able to understand trauma responses and the EQ part of how important that the EQ is in the work that we do.
Even for the week off, even that's enough just to spend with the girls that week. It's probably the best week I had in a long time.
I feel I've been very, very soft with a lot of our franchisees, and I promise to...
All right, so he said something here that made me go, whoa. Leaders need to choose okay, let me say this again. Senior leaders, and managers need to choose their words wisely. I just had a conversation with a manager today about this. When you don't know something, for example, say, somebody asks you a question and you say, well, I just don't know. Follow it up with, I don't know right now, and I'm working on finding that answer for you. And I promise to be more forceful moving forward. Okay. The way that he showed up against that store manager was very forceful. And he knows it. He's leading from a place of force, and where I would encourage senior leaders to lead, it's from a place of servancy. So in place of saying, I promise to be more forceful moving forward, I would encourage him to say, I promise to lead from a place of servancy in moving forward. So it's not about force. It's about let's work together and collaborate in order to make our franchises more profitable, in order to create a better brand, in order to show how much we care about our employees, in order to show how much we care about our customers.
I promise to be more forceful moving forward, that our system is ultimately better for everyone. I just really want you to be okay, and I'm gonna do the best I can to help you out in any way. I know what you were making there salary-wise, and I said that I would triple it. I'm gonna do that. Also, I understand there's a problem with the transportation and the car, and I would like to help out with a car. I think you're gonna be looking back at this day a few years down the road.
I think is like, I'm not really sure. Right? And I always say, like, use your words that puts the other person in the place of a really good foundation. And so it's not that you think, it's that, because ultimately in your gut as a leader, I hope that you know, like, I hope that you're listening to your intuition and that you know it's going to help to put her in a better place. Set her up for success.
And I think you're going to be in a better place. Well, we'll figure things out, and so let's end this with a nice hug and a fresh start.
All right. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. I'm nervous.
Now, she also said something else at the end. She said, which further validates what I've been saying. She said, I'm excited, I'm ecstatic, I'm nervous, but happy. The nervousness, I'd be curious what that's about, if that's because there was not follow through, and nervousness might be from a place of fear, like I'm nervous because, is this really true? Is this really happening? Right? So follow through, follow through, follow through. That's what I'm going to say about that. That was fun. Oh, man. I love undercover stuff. I love it. Love undercover stuff. So good. That's how you get to see what's really going to happen, or what is really happening. Okay. So that's all I got. All right, friends, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if there's anything that you want to share about this particular undercover boss, please let me know. And let me know if there's anything else that you want me to react to. Just remember, in every challenge, in every change that you are walking through right now, the way out is forward.